Hey everyone, thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be talking about Fable by Adrienne Young. And as you can see, I'm joined by my darling little girl. She's very fussy today. And she's awake right now. But she just ate and she's still like super fussy. But anyway, um, neither here nor there. Um, let's see. I'm gonna admit I was a little apprehensive when I was picking up Fable. Um, the reason being is I read the only other book by this author that I've read is The Girl the Sea Gave Back, and I wasn't really impressed with that book. I didn't find the characterization that promising or that engaging when I first read that book, so I was, a little disappointed when I read it. So when I got Fable, I'm pretty sure I got this with a bookish box. I was just like, oh boy. Didn't know exactly how I felt about this, but let me just show you because I don't think I did any unboxing. So here we go. And here are our two main characters, Fable and West. Pretty beautiful drawing actually. But like I was saying, I was a little apprehensive when I was going to pick up this novel because wasn't 100% sold on Young's writing at the time. Now, that being said, I did, there we go, turn on some light here. I did find myself pleasantly surprised by the novel. I loved it, actually. I thought it was really well done. So if the tale follows Fable, she's our main protagonist, and she was abandoned on Javal by her father for 4 years. It happened right after their ship went down, after she lost her mother. Here is the map. I do love a good map. So here's all the mainland, right? And their ship was lost at sea over here. They were able to make it to this tiny little island here, Javal, which, it's not a really good island. It's full of a lot of dredgers, and those are people like Fable who, they pretty much dredge. They go into the water to search for minerals, rocks, jewels, anything worth money that they can sell or trade or barter with, right? So Fable is a dredger, and dredgers are kind of looked down upon by the rest of society. You see it a lot when she gets on the ship with Wes. They don't really have a lot of respect for her because she's a dredger. So being a dredger doesn't really get you a good name. And her father was the captain of the ship, and he just kind of left her there. He tells her repeatedly, you weren't made for this world. And he leaves her there, but with something to prove. It's just like, you want to, get off this island, and I'll give you your inheritance. So he offers her no help to her knowledge. This poor 14-year-old girl has just lost her mother. She's just lost her home. And now her father is abandoning her. And you just kind of think, wow, what an asshole. That's what I thought. Her father is kind of an asshole. But she's determined. As it says right here, traitor, fighter, survivor. She is a survivor. She does what she needs to do to survive. And you see through the story that a lot of people are doing what they need to do in order to survive and keep what they cherish most. The things that they love, the people that they love, safe. And it's beautiful and tragic at the same time. It is rather bittersweet how it moves, how it goes forward. You're just really sucked into the story. I mean, you're sucked into Fable's story and you really do feel for her. You connect to her, which is something I wasn't able to do with the previous novel of hers that I read. I wasn't able to connect to the main protagonist to the point where I don't even remember that character's protagonist. I remember just being really disappointed by that book, unfortunately. But I was so happy to read Fable because it is a character driven story. It's not a fast paced story. Let me start by saying that. It's not a fast paced story, and that's okay. I don't really, well, not, I have not in a while read a story so focused on the characterization and character development that that isn't fast paced. Nowadays I read a lot of stories and I just kind of blow through them because they are so fast paced. They are plot driven, story driven, rather than character driven. And Fable is a very character driven story, which is why it's good. Um, it's not like some adventure at sea kind of story where our heroes, they're not really heroes, if we're being honest, where our band of misfits have to tackle every challenge thrown their way. Um, it is very much a story of survival. It is a story of connection, really, of what these characters have to do to survive and connect with other people, and how dangerous that is to connect to other people. I mean, no one even knows that Fable's father is her father. You know, it's one of his rules. Don't ever tell anyone I'm your father. And you understand why. You understand, is it kind of like an asinine thing? Yes, but you get it. You understand it. Because if anyone knew that Fable was his daughter, their lives would be in jeopardy because he's a very powerful traitor. And they could hurt her in order to attack him. So it was much about keeping her safe as much as keeping himself safe. And that's what's really tragic about this story. Everyone has to love in darkness. They have to keep what they love secret. They have to keep what they love hidden away like a little treasure. And it makes you appreciate those moments that the characters have with one another when they're expressing their love. You see how they are exposing themselves in secret and shadow, and it really does make you just feel for the characters. At least I did, because you get it. It's a dangerous world that these characters live in. It's dangerous. So you understand why they have to keep everything that they love secret, everything that they treasure secret. And they're not really allowed to live in happiness, in the light. They have to keep their happiness secret. And that's what makes it tragic and beautiful at the same time, that they are allowing themselves these small little moments of happiness in the dark, by candlelight, in the depths of the ocean. It's just, they don't let themselves feel out in the open, but when they're alone, they let themselves feel profoundly. And it was just kind of, like I said, it was beautiful to see that. But like I said, it's not a fast-paced story. It is very much character-driven as you're following Fable on her journey back to her father. I also think Young's writing style in this novel was significantly better. It's very rhythmic. There's nice ebb and flow to her storytelling that does kind of mirror the setting of the ocean. You're on the boat with them. You're just swaying back and forth and back and forth. You know, you're going through the motions with these characters. And you really are learning who they are. You're connecting to them. You're seeing the cruelty of this world through their eyes. And it was kind of wonderful. This rhythmic, sort of lyrical writing, it was just kind of beautiful in a way. I thought so, in any case. I thought her writing style was very lyrical. I thought it was very rhythmic. I thought it was very atmospheric. That's the word, atmospheric. You really are there in the setting. I mean, you feel what Fable feels. You know, the sun on her skin, the sea in the air, and just the way she even describes her mother. You know, those scenes when she reminisces about her past. It's almost like poetry. And I think that that's beautiful. It's not poetry. It makes you feel like you're reading poetry because it's so beautifully written. It's just lovely. It's lovely. It really is. It really was. So I 100% thoroughly enjoyed reading Fable, and I highly recommend it. I have to give it 4 out of 5 stars. Didn't quite blow me away, but I did love the character development. I did love the development of the minor characters as well, and those character dynamics. I love how we are so submerged in this world that we are really seeing the cruelty of it, and we're really understanding where these characters are coming from. And I think it really does say a lot for the characterization. I mean, it really was spot on, honestly, I thought. So, you know, Fable, once again, 4 out of 5 stars. Highly recommend it. If you're going to go ahead and purchase the book, please remember to purchase from your local bookseller or online book retailer. I just ask that you do not purchase from Amazon when it comes to books. There's a lot wrong with Amazon, and I know, it's so hard to break the habit of shopping off of Amazon, trust me. I know. It's where I get a lot of my stuff. And I'm trying to, you know, stop and shop small. So you would think it's easy. It's not. I get it. I get it. But any business that I can give to someone else other than Amazon, I'll do so. You know, I've started shopping on Etsy a little bit more. Is it a little bit pricier? Yes. You know, I go to BJ's now for my diaper supplies if they have them there. You know, like formula and, you know, diapers. So I get it. I know it's hard. But I just ask that any little business that we can give to someone else other than Amazon, I think we should. Amazon's become so incredibly powerful and big that I just can't let it stand at this point. And more importantly, I want to keep bookstores alive. I love bookstores. I know I work at a bookstore. I just love walking through the aisles. I love smelling books. I just love discovering new reads. I get customers all the time who are just like, I came in here for $1 and I'm leaving with all this because it's fun. You know, you're discovering so many new things when you are in a bookstore, whether they're independently owned or owned by Barnes & Noble or Waterstones. I just ask that you please support your bookstores. Bookshop.org will put you in touch with a local independently owned bookstore if you really want to shop small. So I will include links to Barnes & Noble and Bookshop.org in the description below. Now, on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Please also don't forget, you can become a supporter on Buy Me a Coffee or by purchasing one of my handmade candles. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.